guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashanti. If you're new here, before we get started, you already know what I'm gonna say. You already know what I'm gonna do. Join the squad, join the family, okay? Y'all know I always have me a little drink. Today I'm drinking, the last video I was drinking water, but today I'm drinking the Alani Nu energy drinks. This one is in mimosa. I love this stuff. I'm gonna have it in my, I'm working on an Amazon favorites video. That'll probably be next Sunday. Today's video is gonna be a get ready with me because I'm getting ready to film my collective haul for the month of March. And y'all, I've been shopping, okay? I've been shopping, but all for really for content, really. But I've had this like mindset that I really wanna like elevate my style this year, especially because I got vaccinated. I'm in the process of getting I got my first vaccination the other day, and I'm really excited to just be outside this summer. Like, the last year has been trying on my mental health. I've been going to therapy throughout this whole year to deal with anxiety and things like just like being in the house. But I'm really excited to get outside and travel this year. I still don't really want to be around a lot of people, but I don't have as much anxiety about it anymore. But we're gonna get all into that because that's today's topic: why I decided to get vaccinated, what my experience was like getting vaccinated, and if I would recommend it to you all. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so why did I get vaccinated? I got vaccinated honestly because I'm tired of walking around afraid. Honestly, truly. I did a lot of research, and also I think I should preface all of this by saying that I'm a military veteran. I served 10 years in the Navy, and I've taken a lot of vaccines in my life. So vaccines don't necessarily worry me. I know that the blood of Jesus always covers me, and that I'm always going to be protected no matter what. But and I truly believe that's how I survived this pandemic. We need a t-shirt. We need a t-shirt that says we survived the pandemic. I have serious COVID phobia. Like, serious, intense. Oh, I was really afraid to get COVID. And I believe that I already had COVID. I think that I had it. I think I had it around November of 2019, before the pandemic actually started. My boyfriend Jeff traveled for work at the time. He had went to Texas and came back, and he had got really sick. And I had got really sick, and I was working at my job at the time. You know, we both went to the, urgent care and stuff, and they couldn't, I thought we had the flu. I really thought that we had the flu. And they were like, no, you don't have the flu, or whatever. They had run a bunch of tests, and they were like, no, you don't have the flu. So they just diagnosed us with like an upper respiratory infection with flu-like symptoms. This was in November or October of 2019. And it lasted like 2 weeks. And when I tell you, we were sick. Like, we were sick. Like, we were in here struggling. Like, we didn't go anywhere. I kept calling out for work or whatever. It was mainly like COVID symptoms. It really was like, I can't remember if I had a loss of taste, but I've never had like a cough like that ever when I was sick. Like, that was the first time. I've never had that happen in my entire life. Like, I've had the flu before, I've been sick before, but I've never had something that like truly attacked my lungs and chest. And so like, they just said that we had an upper respiratory infection. Now, the reason why I think it's COVID is because I think I might have passed it to my coworker at the time, because my coworker and I had actually both went to the emergency room on the same day. I had to leave early, and then he had called out, but I think that I might have passed it to him, because his doctor, he went to a completely different doctor, and they diagnosed him with the exact same thing, an upper respiratory infection with flu-like symptoms. Now, if that's not COVID, I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was COVID. So we were down. Jeff and I were sick for a really long time. It felt like forever, but we were sick for, it was like 2 weeks. It took like 2 weeks for it to pass. I remember being really, really, really messed up at work. And then, so the pandemic started. People really started like dying around March, April. Both Jeff and I have looked death in the face more than once in our lives or whatever. I had just gotten over being in the hospital. In 2018, I had issues with my fibroid, and that almost killed me. And I was in the hospital for like a week and a half in the ICU then. And my experience then was just so traumatic for me that I actually had a hard time kind of really trusting, you know, hospitals and stuff for a while. Like for a while, I wouldn't go to the doctor for anything. If I even sneezed wrong, I would like literally have panic attacks. So like I was really afraid to get COVID. So like when the pandemic started, I ran a tight ship. Me and Jeff didn't go anywhere. I think the only places that Jeff and I went were to go get groceries. That's literally, no, we got groceries like right before like lockdown started. And then like we didn't really leave the house like at all. The only time we left the house was to go outside and walk. But Jeff and I were in the house the whole lockdown portion of the pandemic. You know, and through this time, whatever, like I said, I've been going to therapy and, you know, trying to tackle anxiety and being anxious and all that. But I have been super afraid of catching COVID. Like I don't go around anybody, but I also realized that, you know, I can't continue to live in fear. And I think this pandemic has really like had me in a place of fear in certain areas of my life. Like I've just been so anxious and so fearful in the health arena of my life that it's really like affected me mentally. So, or when they first started the vaccine process, one of my friends, I have a few friends that are first responders, and thank you to all those first responders out there that have been working diligently throughout this time. One of my good friends, Courtney, is a nurse in LA, and she's pregnant, and she got the vaccine. Like she was like one of the first round of people to get the vaccine. And I've always asked her, you know, her judgment as far as health and stuff goes, because I just, you know, she's just one of those nurses that you just trust, you know? And so, you know, I asked her, you know, how she felt and everything, and she said she was feeling fine. And so Courtney felt fine. She got it, and then, my grandmother was the next person I knew that got the vaccine, and she was fine. And then recently my parents both got it, maybe like last week or the week before last, my parents got it. And, you know, it just made me feel, and I prayed on it. I realized then that like, I want to be outside. Like not in the streets or whatever. Like I'm not for the streets or anything like that, but I want to go and do things. Like dating was a huge part of Jeff and I's relationship pre-pandemic. Like Jeff and I like really swore by dating. You know what I mean? Like we love to be out and go do things. And actually last weekend we had a beautiful time out in the city because we couldn't go to Savannah. So we just spent the weekend out here. We know the weather was really nice, and we ate out. We went on Saturday. We went out. We had drinks. We ate outside. We went to the movies. It was just, oh my God! It was just like reminiscent of like when we first started our relationship, and you know, we really missed that. Like we really, really, really missed that. And I think that was the deciding factor for me of getting my vaccine. Like that made me decide like, I got to get this vaccine so that we can get back to a semi-normal life. Like I don't mind not being around a lot of people. I don't miss the club or anything like that, but being out and having fun with Jeffrey and my family and stuff like that is really, really, and my friends. I miss my friends so much, man. I miss my friends, and like I just want to be able to kick it and have fun. And that was what made me decide to get the vaccine. In Georgia, if you don't know, I live in the Atlanta area. And recently they opened it up for everybody over the age of 16 can get the vaccine now. And so I scheduled appointments for Jeff and I to get our vaccines at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And what was that like? Okay. That was interesting. It was very, very fast, but it was interesting. It looked like something out of a movie, honestly. It looked like one of those like scenes where like, I don't know if you've seen what's the name of that movie? I don't know if you've seen Kingsman, the second one with Halle Berry. Like when everybody was like getting locked up for like smoking weed and stuff like that, and like everybody had to go to the football stadiums and stuff. That's literally what it looked like. Like it was like herds. It was so many people. There were so many people there getting the vaccine that day. And so I went on Tuesday, which was today's Thursday, so that was 2 days ago. I went to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. First of all, finding parking there was a little bit difficult. I did go in the middle of the day, so it was a little bit easier. My appointment was in the middle of the day. Jeff's appointment was at night because he had to work. How the process works is when you go there, you walk in and they ask you if it's your first shot or your second shot. And you tell them it's your first shot, and then they send you to a table, and they might give you like and they'll give you a wristband. And they're different colors. So there's A, B, C, and D. And then, but there's not a particular like section that you have to go to. It's just whatever, when you get there, whatever section they send you to is, because they don't want every section to be overcrowded, right? So when I got there, I was in section C. They gave me this bright yellow wristband, and then they sent me down the hallway. And then there's people literally everywhere in the stadium like directing you to where to go. And so you just show them what color you have, and they say, okay, you go upstairs, or you go down there, or you go this way, or whatever. So the first area, once you get to the first area, the main area, you get there and they make you fill out your vaccination card, and you can't get in there, like you can't even get into the building without showing them the little QR code for your appointment. Now, if you live in Atlanta, let me tell you this, if you make an appointment for that day, you don't have to go. I don't think you have to go at that time. You really don't, because people, as long as you go that day, they are not checking your appointment times like at all. So if you get an appointment for that day and you need to go and you want to go earlier, you absolutely can do that, because they're not checking what time you get there. But you fill out your appointment card, or you fill out your vaccination card. It just has like your name, date of birth, and when you got your first vaccine, and then they send you to the next area. Now the next area is like a big black curtain right there, and they have the National Guard and the Air Force helping them. So like you'll get there and they'll take your card number. When I went, they just took my card and they sent me in there. When Jeff went, there were a lot of people there, so he had to wait for them to call his number. So he was like, I think when he got there, he was number 1,192 or 98 or something like that, and they were like on 1,000. So he had to wait for like it was like 200 people in front of him, but it only took like 30 minutes for him to he had to sit there for about 30 minutes before he could get his vaccine. When you go in there, once you go in there, there's one National Guards person or Air Force person sitting there that's going to administer the shot to you, and then there's going to also be two people that's there to just scan your information. Everything is touchless, so they just scan the QR code on your phone, which is why you need to have the QR code with you when you go. Yeah, so it's really important that you have your QR code with you. And then so they're just going to verify your information again on your appointment, and they're going to ask you, is this you? They're going to ask you to verify your date of birth, your name, if you have a middle initial, and then they'll give you your shot. Once you get your shot, they're going to send you on your way. They're going to tell you, make sure you take a picture of your card, because you don't want to lose it. And they're going to tell you when to make your next appointment. Now, I know there's been a lot of confusion about when you can get your next appointment, and you can't. So I got the Pfizer The one that they're offering at Mercedes-Benz is the Pfizer vaccination. And, you know, it's like you have to wait 21 days to get your next one. So my date for my next vaccine is on the 20th, but I just can't go before the 20th, but you can go any day after that, right? The soonest you can go is 21 days after your initial vaccination. So, they actually didn't have any appointments for the 20th, so I have to wait and get an appointment for like the 26th or 27th, something like that. Once you're done with that, they'll send you to a sitting area. They'll tell you need to sit down for 15 minutes. They just want to monitor you and make sure like you don't have any like any reactions or anything like that to the vaccine, and then they'll send you on your way. And that's literally it. It took me when I went, I had a 3 o'clock appointment. It literally took me, including the 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get in and 20 to 25 minutes to get in and out, and that's including the 15-minute wait. Yeah, I didn't have any issues after that, or I didn't have any issues there at all. Like it was really in and out. So if you can get an appointment earlier in the day, I will say a lot of people are going at night. Like it was a lot of people there when we went at night for Jeff's appointment. Yeah, I would definitely recommend trying to get an earlier in the day appointment if you can. Get an appointment earlier in the day. Now, how am I feeling? I'm actually feeling just fine. The first night, the main thing, the first night that that kind of bothered me was, or side effects, I guess. When I got the shot itself did not hurt, and I am dramatic when it comes to getting shots, y'all. Like I am not the best person to get shots, so if I tell you that it doesn't hurt, I promise you, like it doesn't hurt. Like the shot itself does not hurt. Now my arm that night was so sore. I got it in my right arm, and my arm was so sore. Oh my goodness, my arm was so sore that night. And Jeff said his arm was sore too. So yeah, one of the main things you're gonna experience is soreness at the injection site. So I would say get it in whatever arm you don't sleep, whatever side you don't sleep on the most, like get it on the opposite. So I messed up. I usually sleep mostly on my right side. So I should have got it in my left arm, but I got it in my right arm. So it was very uncomfortable. My sleep was very uncomfortable that night. My sleep was very, very, very uncomfortable that night. But I was fine the next day. Now, yesterday, which was the first full day, was 24 hours after I got it, I was very lethargic. I was tired. And I didn't even think about, that it might have been a side effect of the shot until Jeff came home and said that he had been tired all day as well. And he was like, yeah, I think it's the side effect of the shot that you feel very tired, because I tried to film these videos yesterday. And I had my lights set up and everything, and I promise you, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. I was just so sleepy. So I ended up just getting in the bed and going to sleep, and I slept it off. And when Jeff got home, he ate dinner and went to bed. He was tired. Like, we were very, very, very sleepy all day yesterday. So I think that's like the main side effect, that like besides the soreness at the injection site, just fatigue is like the next side effect that you might experience. But today is day 2. I feel absolutely fine. I don't feel tired. I don't feel sore anymore at the injection site at all. I actually feel really, really good. So I can't say that I have like any gripes or anything with it. I just, like I said, the first day yesterday, I was very, very tired. I didn't realize that I was going to be so tired. I did not realize I was going to be so tired. So yeah, so my second shot, I'm due for my second shot at the end of April. I feel good. I'm excited, and I will say that if you had any anxiety about COVID throughout this pandemic, like getting the shot honestly like lifts a huge burden. Like I can't explain the lift. Like I had like this huge like breath of relief after getting the shot, because I was just like, like psychologically, I feel like, you know, we survived the pandemic. Like, this really means that we survived it. Like, we're if we, you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna die from this thing. And so many people have lost their lives, and I don't take that lightly at all. And I just feel so much relief, because in the state of Georgia, they have been on one. Like, you know, what you see in the videos is true. Like, Georgia never closed. They never closed the bars, and they're actually getting ready to lift the mask mandates and the social distancing mandates or whatever. So I think the best thing we could have done for ourselves is go and get vaccinated, because once they lift everything, you know, and people are no longer social distancing, it's just going to be, you know, I saw on the news that they were saying that they were worried about COVID spiking again. So I'm just like, at this point, I'm just glad we were able to get our vaccines and start the process of going back outside. I'm so excited. I'm planning a trip for us to go somewhere for Memorial Day weekend, and I am ecstatic. I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy. Oh my God, I'm so happy, y'all. Like, I am so happy to be able to, like, you know, catch a flight this summer, get to go somewhere, get to travel. One thing that Jeff and I were really looking forward to was, like, traveling together. We never really, I mean, in the pandemic, like, we've gone, like, home. You know what I'm saying? We've gone to Maryland a few times, actually. We've gone home to Maryland. That's about as much traveling as we've had a chance to do. All right, y'all know I'm pretty simple on the lips. Always do a brown liner. Would I recommend going to get vaccinated? I would, but I would recommend you doing your own research and you praying and, or, you know, whatever it is that you do, and just, you know, see if anybody else you know has gotten it. If I'm the person that you're using to see who's gotten it, I had the Pfizer vaccine, so I cannot speak for Moderna or Johnson & Johnson, but I have had no issues getting vaccinated at all. So yeah, I would recommend it. Just if you're like really like missing being social, I would definitely recommend it. There's been a lot of people that have gotten it. I know there are some like basketball players who have, you know, maybe decided to do it in private, but I'm telling you my experience, I haven't had an issue. I feel good. None of my family members have had any issues with it. And like I said, there's been quite a few of us in my family who have already received it. I don't know about y'all, but we're outside this summer, okay? The gang is all here. We're going outside this summer, okay? I'm really happy and excited about that. Just that we can get together without thinking like, okay, is this the last time we're gonna see each other? Or, you know? Alright, so that's the end of this video. I hope this was helpful for you all. I don't know, like, just pray on it. Make the right decision for you. I haven't had any issues. I'm happy with my decision. I'm confident in my decision. And I hope that you'll be confident in yours. I hope to see you guys outside this summer. You know what I mean? Like, summer 2021 is... I needed to give us summer 2014 vibes, okay? Like, summer 2014 was a really good summer. You know what I mean? Beyonce and Jay-Z went on tour. Young Thug had just, like, really gave us If It Ain't About the Money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a good vibe in summer 2014. And I need those vibes back, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!